Hello everyone! Yes, I'm finally able to live stream a little bit. We'll see how this goes. Internet's a little bit better, so thought that I would do an actual debut live stream instead. I just did a video before, and just to kind of get it, but now, if anyone's joins in and stuff like that, feel free to ask me any questions during this stream at all. I have the secondary screen as just for chat, and we will just go over stuff about me and stuff like that, what I like and everything, and what you might expect from my channel and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get into it. So first off, for the origin of my channel name or whatever, basically it was just the first online name I was given whenever I started. It was on Xbox 360. And I just went ahead and went with it. And it kind of coincided with my friends' usernames too. They also had some variation of dragon name. So I just went ahead and stuck with it. And I do still have my free name change for that. So I mean, if that is still a thing that the Xbox does, I don't even know for sure now, I could still change my name. But no, everything I have now is coincided with this name, so it's kind of stuck with me for now. Okay, likes and dislikes. So first off, likes. I like animals. Animals are wonderful, like all animals. I have some cats, I have a couple dogs, I have fish. I just have a tank that is filled with fish and snails. Then I also have tons and tons of plants. I'm kind of a plant collector, if you could say that. And I just got a pitcher plant just a while back, and I've been working on it. Yeah. So, like video games, as you can probably tell from my channel here, it's kind of one of the main things that you're going to see on the channel, but there's going to be other stuff too. So I've played video games since I got a Game Boy, I think whenever I was somewhere around 8 or so. I can't remember. But the first game I got was Pokemon Ruby. That was the first one I've played. But I did play a little bit of Nintendo, Super Nintendo. Yeah, I did play a little bit of that. Like movies, TV, and anime, as you can probably tell. And I am a big lover of science. So, science, I like biology mostly. And whenever I was going through school, I got to the point where I actually kind of liked physics. Chemistry was kind of alright. I mean, I wasn't terribly good at chemistry. But mostly biology, physics, ecology, stuff like that. That's what I like. And yeah, those are some of my likes. We'll get on to some of my favorite things later. But for dislikes, one big one. This is a big fear of mine, is snakes. Snakes are one of those, really, I've got better with it now, and I mean, there's not really very much reason other than something that happened to me when I was younger, and I'll just go ahead and do the story. Why not? So, whenever I was younger, we had some blueberry bushes over next to my house, and there was a ton of those Japanese beetles around, and I was over there, and I was flicking Japanese beetles off the blueberry bushes, and I was just standing there, and then all of a sudden I looked down, and there was, I'm pretty sure it was a blue racer. And it was just sitting there, just watching me as I was flicking Japanese beetles off. And it probably wouldn't have done anything if I wouldn't have seen it. But I instantly saw it, and as a young child, I think I was around 5 or so. I don't think I was even in school yet. So I might have been 4. But anyways, saw the snake, instantly started screaming, and turned around and ran. And if you have heard about some stories about blue racers, they have sometimes been known to chase people. And lo and behold, that blue racer chased me across the yard for a little bit. Don't get me wrong, I was faster than it, I got away from it, and I don't think it would have done anything to me. But just a small child running away from a snake was not a great thing. So ever since then, I have kind of disliked snakes. Now, I don't mind snakes in zoos. Zoos are fine. I can go to zoos, I can look at the reptile house things, I can look at snakes, I'm fine. But whenever they are out and about, that is where I'm kind of scared. Another one. This is one that people might think is kind of weird. Socks. I dislike socks. I don't like the feeling of them. It is nice that they are warm. I will give him that. But I don't like the feeling of them. I don't like them on my feet. So I try my best to wear things that don't involve socks. So like, I used to wear flip-flops a lot when I was younger. And now I wear like sandals, Crocs, different flip-flops, stuff like that, just to get away from socks. And I only wear them when I absolutely have to. The cold. Especially right now where I'm at in the northern hemisphere. It is cold. And I hate it. But it does give me the option to wear jackets all the time. So I can wear jackets around. I can wear a coat right now. And usually I'm wearing a jacket and a coat. And actually right now in my room, I wouldn't mind having my jacket on. But my hands are always cold. I think I have kind of like lower circulation. And yeah, so like if I ever give someone a handshake, it's usually pretty cold. And it's kind of, I feel bad about it. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I'll try to warm my hand. Oh, this one needs a little bit of explanation because it's a certain part about the beach. So, leaving the beach. Whenever you get to the beach and you walk through the sand, of course, no problem. Like, kind of hot sometimes. You get into the water, have fun in the water. I love the ocean, so I like to play in the water, I like to look for stuff. But whenever you are leaving the beach, you're all wet. Your feet are especially wet. And whenever you walk in the sand sticks to you. I do not like the sand sticking to me. So that's why I do not like leaving the beach. Getting there, doing my thing, fine. I don't actually like laying on the beach either. But when you leave the beach, sand sticks to you, and you are cleaning sand out of your car and everywhere for like the next couple months. So that is my big dislike, one of them right there. Okay. So, favorite animals and insects, okay? And plant. So my favorite animal, since whenever I was younger, I wanted to be a marine biologist. And I always loved watching the ocean, stuff like that. And whale sharks are one of these that have like grabbed my fascination. They are such big, gentle giants and stuff like that, and like they're just beautiful. I actually went. Let me see. It was this year, yeah. I went this year to Georgia, and we went to the Georgia Aquarium, and I got to see whale sharks again. I saw them when I was younger, but it had been so long since I'd been there again. So I got to see them. I got some video. I got some pictures like that. I don't think they're good enough to actually show to anyone, but they're just something I just like to watch whenever I'm sitting around. They are wonderful creatures, and I got a picture of one right there. Plants. Okay. One of my first plants I got when I started keeping plants was the teddy bear vine. And I have the scientific name there for it. I'm not going to try to say it because I don't think I can say it correctly. But, teddy bear vine. And as you can see, picture right there, it's kind of behind my head. Let me lean over a little bit. But, it is named after the leaves because the vine itself kind of has like brown hairs and stuff on them. And also the underside of the leaves and the leaves themselves are kind of fluffy. So think of it kind of like a teddy bear. And this was one of the first plants I got, and I still have the main plant. And I also have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of 5 plants. One of them kind of got stuck out and got a little bit of frosty, and I don't know for sure it's going to come back. But I have at least 4 others that have grown to fairly good size, and I just love them. They're pretty easy to grow. Whenever you want another one, you just like snip a leaf. Oh, well, not a leaf. Sorry, you snip a vine, and then you stick the vine in dirt or on dirt, and it just grows. Super easy. Or you can put it in water. So, other plants, like I have spider plants like that. I have my pitcher plant, which I like right now. And those are the main ones. I also have grown like a small orange tree because whenever you eat an orange and you find a seed, you just want to stick it in dirt. Okay, favorite insect. I like beetles. Beetles are cool. Like best beetles are pretty cool. I have raised some rhinoceros beetles from grubs before, and that was very, very interesting. I need to do that with some other types of beetles, but I have not been outside as much to look around for grubs. So beetles in general are a really safe bet for me to be like, oh, these are cool. Yeah. Okay, so this is kind of weird to have like a favorite crustacean, but since these are technically not insects, which they would be my favorite insect if they were, are pillbugs. So pillbugs, roly-polies, whatever you want to call them, they're very, very cool. I actually have an educational video I made on them on my channel here. And if you don't know, they roll into a ball. That's why I kind of call it roly-polies. They also kind of look like pills, so that's why people call them pill bugs. I've also heard someone call them micro armadillos, which is adorable. And as a young child, I would always go around and flip over pots looking for roly-polies like that. I would keep them in little small containers, and they are super easy to keep as long as you keep them moist. Like, keep them moist, give them some leaves or wood or like some plant material, something like that. I also used to feed them like little pieces of dog food because they also enjoyed that. But super easy to keep, super easy to find, and they are just adorable. I love them. Okay, this is something that's new from the first debut video. I added some new stuff in because I'm like, oh, I need to do something else. So favorite food and drinks. So my favorite foods are, I love fruits, okay? Fruits are great. Almost every fruit I like. Some of my special favorites are strawberries and peaches, and then oranges also. I mean, I like apples, pears, basically any other fruit you could think of. Except I don't like avocados. The one I tried just tasted like grass clippings to me. So I mean, it probably was not ripe. So I will not say that I don't like avocados, but the one I had was not good. Then also I had a plantain that also I didn't think was ripe, and I mean it was all right. It was edible, but yeah. Bananas are good though. Then also seafood. Basically, I like most seafoods. I like eating red lobsters. And favorite seafood is probably shrimp. And then, like, fish. I mean, catfish is good. Cod is good. I'm trying to think of other fish off the top of my head. Sea bass. I had some sea bass before. But yeah, fish is good. Crab. I like crab, but it's kind of hard to get out of the shell and stuff, so I don't like it as much. It's a lot of work to get some crab meat. Ooh, mussels. Okay, mussels are one of those kind of like oysters and stuff like that that you think you might not like because they kind of look slimy and stuff like that, but they are actually not that bad. And for a picky eater like myself, that is a lot to say. I went on a cruise years back, and they had garlic roasted mussels on the as an appetizer in one of the restaurants, and I just like I'll try them, I guess, because I can't remember for sure if I got them or someone else got them, but I'm like I'll try them, and fell in love with them. They're one of those things that I would not have expected to like. And then also I also tried escargot, snails, and that is one that, like, it's kind of an acquired taste, I'll say that. it is one of those, like, whenever my parents saw me order that, I'm like, I like mussels, you know, I'll try some escargot. It sounds interesting. And they're actually not that bad either. Would I eat a ton of them? Probably not. As an appetizer, just trying them a little bit. It's kind of interesting taste. Drinks. So, like, years back, I totally cut out soda. Like, I don't drink soda at all anymore. And now I have, like, solely relied on water, milk, and juice. Mostly apple juice. Like, I'll drink other juices too, but it is mostly apple juice that I survive on and water. And then whenever I'm kind of like, you need a little bit of calcium in your diet, okay? So I'll drink some milk too, a glass of milk every once in a while. And if you guys, like, any of you are drink soda a lot and you're thinking about quitting, it has done wonders for my energy. Like, I have been so much happier without soda. It took a while to get off it. But after I was off, like, soda for a month, and then I was off for 3 months, after that, I did not have any desire to drink soda at all. And, yeah. Okay. Favorite games. So, my favorite game, like, franchise and stuff like that, is probably Pokemon. I've played Pokemon games ever since I told you guys I got my Game Boy when I was, like, around... I don't know if it's 8 now. I think that's just a guess in my thing. But, like, I got it, and then I also got the DS right when it came out, and I fell in love with the DS because you could play all your Game Boy games on there. So, like, my Ruby game and everything like that. We had all the Pokemon games. We also had the Game Boy Color games. We also had some Game Boy Pockets, stuff like that. I think my favorite Pokemon game in the franchise is probably Pokemon Platinum. I love Sinnoh. And after that, I don't know. Probably Emerald. Emerald's really good. I also like the Pokemon Ranger games. I like the Pokemon Dungeon games. I've basically played most Pokemon games that have came out, except for like Pokemon Snap and stuff like that. Actually, a story about my very first Pokemon game. I got Pokemon Ruby, and initially I was wanting Pokemon Fire Red, but I just told my parents I want the Red Pokemon game, and my parents, like, I think my dad at the time goes looking around, and he saw Pokemon Ruby. It was a red Pokemon game, so he just got that. And don't get me wrong, I liked Ruby a lot, so I'm not gonna complain about that. But the only problem with the Ruby game that we had was that it would not save. The battery in it was dead, and every time I turned off the game, it would restart. So I got to the point where I had my Game Boy, I would play it as long as I could that day, then I would plug it up, close it, and lay it on, I think my TV stand, and then I would not turn it off. I would leave it on until I finished the game. And the last time I played it, I got to the Elite Four, and I think there was a power outage or something like that, and the Game Boy ended up turning off. And after that, I'm like, no, I'm not playing anymore. I'm like, I'd played through that game so many different times and got so close to the end, and finally it just died on me. So I'm like, no. I still have the Pokemon Ruby game, and if I ever feel good enough, I might try to open it up and put a new battery in it. But at the time, I was a young child, and I was not going to try that, because I think you have to solder it to the motherboard. I think. It might not be. But yeah, that's Pokemon stuff. RuneScape. I spent a large chunk of my grade school. Yeah, like I started RuneScape in 5th grade. And I played it every second of day, and I also have times where I was daydreaming in class about RuneScape, about like what I was going to do when I got home, and I would totally forget what happened. And luckily, I was a good student, and I knew how to get caught up, because if not, I would have been screwed. But I played RuneScape a ton. RuneScape 3, I think is the newest one right now. I don't play it. I played it a little bit. But old school RuneScape I've thought about going back into. And maybe, since I can live stream, maybe I'll live stream RuneScape. I don't know. Yeah, I spent a lot of time on that. I wish I had more friends that played RuneScape because I would definitely get back into it, but I would get hooked because I'm a grind type person, and whenever I play a game, I grind out everything. And yeah. Uh, Destiny 1. Destiny 1, I played a ton. It was actually the one I kind of got onto after RuneScape. My friends quit playing RuneScapes like that, and then Destiny came out. I played Destiny a little bit by myself. Then my friends got Destiny, and I would come home from school and I would just play Destiny, do strikes and stuff like that, all throughout the night, quests, everything. And I spent a horrible amount of time on that. I wish I could get that time back, but it was fun. I did enjoy it. Minecraft. Minecraft is probably the thing I put the most time into of any of these games here. Like Destiny and RuneScape, don't get me wrong, I spent a lot of time on those. Pokemon, Pokemon I might spend the most time on. Since playing as a child, I don't remember how much I played. But Minecraft's like next up there. I've played tons of modded Minecraft. I've played through a lot of Minecraft mod packs. I've done a lot of mods. I've played vanilla a lot. I've played on servers. I've done like Hunger Games. I've done everything like that. Mini games, everything. I really like Minecraft. And now that I can live stream, you might see me playing Minecraft a lot after I find a mod pack I want to start on. Okay. So, favorite anime, TV show, movies. I just put this all together in one, and this might take a while to get through this one, because I have a lot to say about my anime, TVs, and movies tastes. So, anime, I have the list there. This is kind of a generalization of... I try to pick things from different genres, but there are a few genres that I especially like. So, first off, Angel Beats. Angel Beats is one of my favorite animes ever, and I don't want to ruin it too much, but like it's one of those sad animes, and it's kind of romance a little bit, but it's also a lot of comedy. Love Angel Beats. Then also, I like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It is one of my favorite series, and I rewatch it every once in a while. Especially Part 2 I like, and Part 3, then Part 5, and then... Those are the main ones I like. Okay, I also like Akame ga Kill, which that was whenever I was first getting into anime, and I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, and it's kind of edgy and stuff like that, but at the time, it was great, in my opinion. I loved it, and I watched it with my friends, and we were all super into it. It was a fun time. Higurashi. Higurashi is one of my favorite thriller horror animes, and it is very, very gory, and as you know, I like horror movies. We'll go over the horror movies soon. But Higurashi was the horror anime that kind of itched that place that I needed. I needed Higurashi to watch, and I need to rewatch it because it's been a while. I like the Fate series. Fate is one of those that I like history, I like anime. It was a perfect match. And I also did a Fate video that is like an introduction to the Holy Grail Wars that are in Fate. So if you guys want to know more about Fate and get into it, I have a video on here that is kind of like a for dummies kind of video. Like it explains everything about the Holy Grail War. At least for the Fate Stay Night series, because Fate gets confusing whenever there's multiple different timelines, different stuff is happening, and yeah, magic. But basically, they summon heroic spirits from history to fight. That is Fate in a nutshell. I really like my isekai anime. So Overlord is the isekai anime I put on here because I like it quite a bit. I also like Motoko Tensei, which is Jobless Reincarnations for English. And let me see. I also like ReZero. I like Konosuba. I like basically most isekai animes I will enjoy. Also, just to have like an older anime on here, I have Trigun and Black Lagoon on here. Trigun is excellent. I like Trigun's art style. I like kind of the comedy behind it, and it's a pretty good series. I love the art style from the 90s. It's wonderful. Black Lagoon. Black Lagoon's one of those that is basically on there just for one character, and that's Revy. And Revy is wonderful. And a little hard-shelled, I'll say that. It might be hard for you to like her, depending on your tastes. But I love Black Lagoon, just because of Revy. High School of the Dead is one of those animes that still holds up to this day for me. It is still excellent. The animation holds up, and it's wonderful. High School of the Dead is a zombie anime, and it's very ecchi, okay? It's lewd. If you have seen the scene of a guy shooting a sniper rifle bullet between a girl's boobs, you have seen a little bit of High School of the Dead, and that is one of the most exaggerated things. And I've seen a video of someone saying how long it would, like how fast her boobs would have to be like moving for that bullet to go between, and they would have flung off. But it makes for a very, very good scene. Yeah, High School of the Dead. If you like zombie kind of horror kind of thing, High School of the Dead is one of those, especially if you like ecchi stuff. I would highly recommend it. And I added this one on for, since it just ended, Attack on Titan. It's a very good series. It's one of those that if you haven't seen it now, and you haven't heard of it, I don't know how you haven't heard of it, but just go watch it. It's finished now. You can watch it in its entirety, and there are a lot of plot hooks that, like, are explained near the end that, like, are kind of mind-blowing. It is a very excellent series, and the ending was apparently better than the manga. I didn't read the manga, but I like the ending, and I had very low expectations for it because I knew people said it had a terrible ending. Okay, so TV shows. I only have 2 on here because those are the ones that I could think of especially right now. Doctor Who. I've always been in Doctor Who since about sophomore year of high school, and it is time travel series. It's the Brits, and I mean, depending on if you like it or not. I didn't really like the newest season they came out with. Whoa, you have a chunk of uranium-235. What should you do with it? You should probably not touch it or anything like that. Thanks you for the chat. If you have a lead-lined box, that would probably be the best place to put the uranium. I don't remember for sure if 235 is the one that's the most radioactive or not. I'd have to look it up. But yeah, put it in a lead-lined box and probably call the government. That'd probably be your best way to do that. So yeah, Doctor Who, really great series. Adventure Time, I really like Adventure Time. It ended... Actually, they had the Fiona and Cake series just came out, and it was a very good series. Oh, uranium-235 is the one that makes the bombs? Okay, yeah, definitely put it in a lead-lined box and call the government. I've seen people make uranium glass and stuff online, and uranium glass is supposed to be good as long as you do not eat off it. And it also glows in the dark, so I mean, probably don't use uranium-235 for that, but it's a cool thing to look at. I'm more into thorium, if I have to say anything. I like thorium reactors because they are... I don't know what to say best about them. Okay, so movies I like. I like horror movies. My favorite horror movies are the Halloween series. Michael Myers is probably my favorite slasher. And after that would be Friday the 13th with Jason Voorhees. He's the one that like I've dressed up for as Halloween when I was younger, and also is one of my dad's favorite slashers. Inception is a really good movie. I like it. And Die Hard is my favorite Christmas movie. I'll just say that. Most of the Die Hard movies are good. Yeah, those are the main movies. There's, of course, quite a few other movies and stuff. And since Halloween just happened, I took off a week of work, and I just sat around and watched horror movies. I I watched The Nun 2. I watched Saw 10. What else did I watch? I can't remember. But I watched those during Halloween. Okay, so what you can expect from me, for upload schedule wise, is typically I do 3 videos a week, possibly more depending. Also, I do shorts in between of the videos for people that don't want to watch the full videos. My upload schedule is usually Monday, Thursday, Saturday, which that is like, it uploads, like I start uploading Sunday and it gets put in on Monday, same Wednesday to Thursday and Friday to Saturday. So it'll be very, very early in the day on those days. So I don't think you're going to be watching the videos at like midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, but you'll be able to see them whenever you wake up. And roughly, those videos are going to be 20 to 30 minutes long, depending. And I usually try to do 1 educational video a month, which I've been able to stick with it, but it takes a while to get those put together. And so far, people have liked them pretty good. I mean, they're some of my most viewed episodes on my channel. Like, I did the hydrothermal vent video, I did the whale fall video, and each of them are above 110 views. So, I mean, wonderful. Oh, you're going to go ask someone else about it? Okay. That's good. Be safe. Don't be touching or anything like that on the uranium. Try to stay safe. Thanks for coming. Actually, now that the guy's sitting here, I'm like, maybe I should do an educational video on like uranium and nuclear reactors. My content to expect. Okay, so like I said, mostly video game playthroughs. Yeah, that's gonna be most of it. Right now the playthrough I'm doing right now is I'm doing another Corpse Party Blood Drive playthrough. I'm doing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which is finishing. I am doing Portal 2, and I've got more already on the way that I'm thinking about. Also, I took a bite out of it before I knew what it was. Ooh. Ooh. I know you're joking, but oh gosh, that would be terrible. Hey, at least you won't have to eat anything more. I mean, uranium's got a lot of calories in it, okay? So you probably don't have to eat anything else for the rest of your life. I can bet on that. So books and anime reviews, things like that. Like at the end of every anime season, I'll usually do a review of what I liked the season and also what I'm looking forward to the next season. I've only done 1 book review so far, and it was on the Transl Saga, which is my favorite book I've ever read. Which, it was whenever I was in high school, so... educational PowerPoints, like I said, I try to do one of those a month. And I'm possibly going to try to do 1 live stream probably once a week, usually on Tuesdays. Oh, you haven't eaten in 2 weeks. Oh, hey, there you go. If you're still alive after 2 weeks and eating uranium-235, I think you are safe. Somehow. I don't see how you're doing fine, but I'd say you're good. Wait a second. Are you like a Godzilla kind of thing? Because doesn't Godzilla like eat radioactive things to power himself? Gosh. And goals, okay? So online goals is... eventually, I want to get a new model. I'm not going to like say, oh, I'm going to get a new model this year, next year, anything like that. Eventually, I might try to work on one of my own models if I get the inspiration. But then, since I got better internet, now I can live stream, so... Ooh, your fingers grow in the dark. That's pretty cool. Like, how much glow? Like, is it enough that you can hold out your hand in front of you and see? Because that'd be pretty cool. No flashlights, man. So yeah, I got better internet now. I mean, still could be better if I can get fiber later. Live streaming. As you can see, I'm doing it now. So yeah, just starting to do that more. and finding other people to play, talk, or collaborate with, which, like I said in my Portal 2 playthrough, if I can get someone else to play with me, I'll do the cooperative mode. And then, like, offline stuff that's, like, not on here, I want to travel more. Traveling would be good. I would like to go to, like, the UK. I'd like to go to Japan. I like to go to, like, Greece, Rome, stuff like that. If I eventually get there, we'll see. And I want to swim with a whale shark. That is one of my, like, top goals I would like to do in my life. They are just so beautiful. They're my favorite animal, so. And I think I saw somewhere that like down in Brazil, around that area, I think they have places where you can swim with whale sharks. So, fingers crossed I can eventually get over there. Not a flashlight, but it's like the little glow in the dark stars people put. Oh my gosh, it's funny you mentioned that. I have some of those stars on my ceiling right now. They're not, I didn't put them there, but this is my sister's old room. So there are still some of those stars that are on my ceiling. So I know exactly what you're meaning there, okay? But, like, that's still kind of cool. I mean, it won't be very good if you're trying to sneak around. If you're trying to sneak around at night, of course, glowing in the dark, like, hands would not be great. You'll have to wear some, like, really black gloves that will kind of hold in your radioactive powers. Ooh, actually, tell me if you get any superpowers, because superpowers are pretty good, and that's what you think of people like around radiation. So, I guess you're kind of like the glowing baby from My Hero Academia. But yeah, like those are like my goals and stuff like that I kind of want to do. If any of these happen, we'll see. But yeah, I mean, does anyone else have any other questions? I see this guy is still asking me about uranium and stuff, and I mean, I kind of enjoy talking about this. I like the kind of back and forth. I'll say I can go back and anything else I want to talk about. Oh, you pea orange. That's my superpower. Like, are you talking about like orange, like a nice, like orange, or are you talking like diluted orange juice orange? Because if you don't pee for very long and stuff like that, of course your pee is going to be a little bit red or orange. But if you're like Fanta orange, that's a little disturbing. I'll say that. But yeah, I've started up the educational video for next month. Yeah, I'm about halfway through it. So, I mean, I'll have it done for next week. Oh, I guess foods and stuff like that. I can throw in like chocolates and stuff like that. I like chocolate. And I think my favorite chocolate I've ever eaten is the chocolate oranges. And I also like Snickers. Snickers are good. Oh, yes, peanuts yellow? Hey, see, that's normal, right? As long as it's like a normal yellow and not like, I don't know, banana yellow. How, like, if it's not a banana peel yellow, I mean, that's... Or highlighter yellow. Highlighter yellow would be bad, okay? But yeah, chocolates, Snickers, and chocolate oranges. Meats, I like basically every meat. I mean, I went to this steakhouse one time, and it was like all you could eat steak or whatever. They had different types, stuff like that. It was kind of expensive, I'll be honest. But I tried lamb there. I tried garlic steak or garlic roasted. I can't remember. But I tried some different types of steaks. I tried lamb. I tried... Oh, hey, goodbye. Thanks for coming. think that's about all I wanted to talk about. I just kind of wanted to get a live stream done, and I told myself that, like, I'm not going to eat until I get this live stream done. So, like, right now I'm kind of hungry, but I'm like, if I don't make myself just sit down and do it, I'm not gonna do it. And I'm kind of a hypocrite in the thing that I sat there and I'm like, oh, live streaming's not that bad and stuff like that, which I think I've done pretty alright. But I was doing it whenever I was playing a game and I wasn't really looking at chat and stuff like that. Like, I tried live streaming whenever I first started YouTube. I played Dead Space. And I did not know at the time, but the whole time I was doing that, it was buffering like crap. So this is the first time that I don't think it's buffered at all. Like, I've got some warnings. There might be like a little bit of buffer. But it's been actually pretty great. And whenever I was playing the Dead Space game, whenever I went back to watch the live stream, quite literally it was all like glitchy, like loading, stuff like that. And it was impossible to watch. So I just took the recording I took of it, posted that, and I was like, no more live stream for now. And now I can actually live stream. And I mean, there might be a little bit of buffering, who knows. I'll watch back through and check it later. But I think it's been pretty good. And it's in 1080p. That's what I was like hoping for. So yeah, I don't know for sure if I'll do any live streams later tonight. If I find a game I want to play, I might. But I think this will probably be the live stream for this week. Because I work the weekend and I work Thursday and Friday. So those days I can't really live stream. But like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays are the days that I could possibly. And when I say live stream, it's going to be me sitting around for like basically an hour or so playing a video game. And who knows, I might do some like looking back on some of my PowerPoints, like educational PowerPoints. And like if you guys have questions about the animals that I might still know that weren't on the PowerPoint, you guys could ask. Or, I mean, if you guys have some like ideas for educational videos, if you want to like put them in the chat, or if you want to put them in the comments after this is done, or like whatever. Because I'm open for ideas on educational videos. I just like learning. So I can just, like, someone's like, oh, I really want to hear about polar bears. And I'm like, oh, hey, I can do a PowerPoint on polar bears then. Or like, oh, I really like butterflies. It's like, here you go. Here's a PowerPoint on caterpillars, cocoons, butterflies, all of that. And different types too. But yeah, I think that about wraps it up. I don't really have very much more to say. If no one has any questions or anything like that, I mean, feel free to leave them in the comments, other ones. And I mean, either my next live stream, I can try to answer them, or I can just comment back, reply to you in the comments. But yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. This was basically ripping the band-aid off for me of just kind of getting out there, getting an idea of what I liked, and also looking at live stream chat. Oh gosh. Okay, it's better now. There was a buffer there. But yeah, this was just me getting out there to get over the scaredness of live streaming. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time, or next video, or wherever you see me next. So, bye everyone!